Good morning and welcome to Hope, Faith, and Joy Daily Devotion with me, Pastor Amanda. This morning we're looking at 2 Corinthians chapter 2, and we're going to kind of make this one a little bit short and sweet, just like the chapter itself. So as we look at chapter 2, it begins with Paul reminding us of the pain he experienced at his last encounter with the community. And he talks about how he suffered much pain because of what happened there. And he says that, I didn't want to cause more pain. I seek you out to feel rejoicing and joy. And so I can't feel joy if I'm hurting you. And so he goes, that's why I'm writing this letter instead, because I didn't want to cause you more pain. Then he goes on, probably to the most important part of the chapter, is that he recognizes that when one person within the body of Christ experiences pain, the whole body experiences pain, and so that whatever happened, it is believed that the community took care of the issue, so to speak, by punishing or maybe excommunicating or whatever they did to correct the issue. They did have to put somebody in line, and it was a painful experience trying to correct their behaviors and actions. And so a lot of feelings got hurt. Even Paul's feelings got hurt or something. He got offended in it all. And so Paul has found out through Titus that, the community is taking care of the issue and corrected it. And he goes, now we need to offer forgiveness. And all of us, the whole community, has to offer forgiveness. Anyone whom you forgive, I also forgive. What I have forgiven, if I have forgiven anything, it has been for your sake in the presence of Christ. And so he recognizes how important forgiveness is within the community. There's a recognition offenses are going to happen, hurt feelings are going to happen. And so once the issue is corrected, so to speak, then forgiveness needs to be given. Now, of course, this is much easier written than it is done. But we're seeing Paul trying to practice it the best he can. And so we see that happening. And then Paul continues on to say that, his mind has been opened again to the work that can happen there. So evidently, he had a tough time there. And so he again just kind of gives thanks to God. And he uses this really interesting concept in this last part. He talks about the fragrance that comes from knowing Christ. There's a fragrance. And for the aroma of Christ to God among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. To the one, a fragrance from death to death, to the other, a fragrance from life to life. Who is sufficient for these things? I just love it that Paul uses all of our senses to understand who Christ is and how we are to be together. It's not just about one part of our being, but it's all of our being, that this fragrance can permeate our bodies. I just think of that. When you think about the air that goes into you, it goes all the way to your toes. It's a beautiful image. And that's how Christ is. But we have to remember, I think he makes it quite well known, if you're breathing in death, then your body's permeated with death. But if you're breathing in life, then you have this joy, this hope, that you exude in all situations. And so, and you can only breathe that in when you're offering forgiveness, when you're trying to reconcile, when you're trying to get your life in line with Christ. And so that's our chapter for today. Thanks for joining me, Pastor Amanda, with Hope, Faith, and Joy Daily Devotion. And I'll see you tomorrow.